I cut the check, I cut the check, I cut the check. Tell my niggas we up next, so we up next. She shot a text, she shot a text, she shot a text. Kill the I might put the bitch to bed. Put a nigga on that same shit. I've been ballin' with my niggas, Kevin Cambridge. Oh, you drippy, but you better tuck your chain quick.
What's good, y'all? We back with another episode. First off, I want to say Happy New Year's to everybody. Hope everybody stays safe during New Year's. And yeah, just Happy New Year's to everybody. And let's just go into 2021 with a different attitude and a different motive. And let's just start being more positive. And hopefully it gets us through the year. Hopefully all the coronavirus stuff goes away soon, very soon. And we can go back to being at least back to normal. But that's a big if. But other than that, I want to say like and subscribe, share with your friends, and let's get into it. So this episode is going to be a little short episode. I just want to talk about 3 teams that I think have been not surprising, but you can say that, but surprising and actually lived up to the hype, or 3 teams that's been disappointing. So first off, I want to talk about 3 teams that have been disappointing, and I think the number 1 team that we just all know is the Wizards. The Wizards have been terrible, real bad. And it's basically what they looked like last year. They have the ability to score a lot of points, but then they'll just give them right back up on the defensive side. And you've seen that they played the Bulls, and the score was like 130 to 130 something. And that's a lot of points, and that's basically just no defense. Now, I don't know who I can blame this on. It's a lot of people I can blame it on. The coach for the lineups they be throwing out. They be throwing out Raul Neto, Ish Smith, Russell Westbrook, Davis Bertans, and Thomas Bryant. That's a terrible defensive lineup. They have no defenders in that lineup. That whole lineup got killed, especially against the Bulls. Sometimes they'll even throw out. They had Mo Wagner at the 5. That's pretty bad. Like the defense is trash, and then it's a big part to the coach for throwing out these weird lineups. But then they just don't have no good defense in their personnel. Like, I can't really tell you who's a good defender on this team, other than Robin Lopez. But is Robin Lopez really like that on defense? And if that's their best defender, that tells you a lot. That tells you a lot. Troy Brown's cool on defense. I'll say that. I guess he is one of the best. But other than that, they have no defenders on this team, and it shows a lot. That's why they give up a lot of points. And I don't know, we might have been wrong about the Wizards. I thought this backcourt, along with the young team that they already had, they can push them into winning some games. But they started off 0-5 and losing in 4 quarters that they should be winning with these 2 top 30, top 25 players. But I don't know. I don't know who to blame it on. It's a lot of stuff. Denny and Rui Hachimura, the last 2 draft picks, look really good. Thomas Bryant looks good on the offensive side, but on the defensive side, he's just giving it right back up. And I don't know, Russell Westbrook's a lot of turnovers, but that's what you get with Russell Westbrook. That's just how he is. A lot of turnovers. Bradley Beal is still scoring a lot, but one of them has to be a leader and start leading on that defensive side, because that's where they need to hang their hat at, because they're doing really terrible over there. But next team, this is mostly about one player, but the team is being disappointed, is the Mavericks. Now, reason why I said it's about one player, I'm not gonna lie. Even though he's averaging good numbers, Luka looks bad. He looks bad. It doesn't look as easy as it was like last year. He shot I think they said 23s, and he only made 2 in 4 or 3 games. So he's on that Kelly Oubre stuff, and that's terrible. And yeah, he's just not shooting it well at all. Not just threes, he's just not shooting it well at all. Now, I don't know what it is. Other than that, like Josh Richardson, it's starting to look to me like Philadelphia won that trade for Seth Curry, because Josh Richardson, defense is cool, but that's the reason why they brought him here, is because he's able to shoot the 3, and he used to stick really good defense, but like he came over here, even came over to Dallas, and it's not really that good. Like, I watched all of their games, and it hasn't really been looking that good. And then the thing that made the Mavericks so good was everybody on that team could shoot, and everybody on that team played valuable minutes. But this year it just doesn't look the same. Dorian Finney-Smith not hitting his shots like he usually do. Max Kleber, not him. The White Powell's not looking the same. And I don't know, they're not running the same sets as they used to do last year. And you could tell they missing Seth Curry a lot. Tim Hardaway Jr. is looking on and off like he used to look before last year. Because last year he was good, averaging like 17 points. He was really good. And he doesn't look the same. Trey Burke doesn't look the same. I'm scared for this team. I would say the only person that really looks the same, I don't know if I said his name. I maybe made a mistake and said that, but Maxi Kleber actually looks decent. Maxi Kleber is so underrated on defense. His defense is really good. I'm talking about 1 through 5 defense is really good. Like I see him switch on to Devin Booker and lock Devin Booker out twice. His defense is really good. But I don't know. Hopefully when they get Kristaps back, I think that's either going to be next week or 2 weeks from now when they get Kristaps back. Hopefully they can start winning some games because they're going to need to. They try to make the playoffs. A lot of teams winning in the West. Kings looking good. Pelicans looking good as far as winning games. So they're going to have to play some catch up. But hopefully they can get it together, man. Yeah. Hopefully so. Hopefully, Luka, you got to make some threes, bro. But the last team I want to talk about is Portland. Portland, they're 2-2. So they're winning games, but I was one that said this is Dame's best team. And I said Dame is the type of player that with this team can do a lot of dangerous things. Dame's not even playing good. It's a lot of stars in this league that's not playing good. Donovan Mitchell's playing terrible. Even though Devin Booker, he's playing bad. He had a really good game yesterday, closed out the game. He's still playing bad. Luka's playing bad. Dame's playing bad. Kelly's playing bad. He's not a star, but Kelly's playing bad. Like, it's a lot of people playing bad. And I don't know what it is. I guess it's just a short off season, but the Blazers was out since like early October because they got out in the first round. So I don't know. And I think he did have a surgery coming out the bubble, so that probably prolonged his rehab. But Dame doesn't look the same. Like, them long threes he's taking, he's not making. And the reason why the Blazers are winning because CJ's playing really good. They had that one game where they beat the Lakers and Gary Trent decided to go off for 28, and that hurt me because he was on my fantasy team and I let him go because I thought with Rodney Hood coming back his role was going to decrease, and I was mistaken. But yeah, I don't know. It's just the team doesn't look. It doesn't look like they should be 2-2. Like, this is one of the best teams in the league, and they're showing it though. When they played the Lakers, Derrick Jones Jr. and Robert Covington had a big impact on that game just because of defense. And I'm like, with this team, they can do a lot of things. And maybe Dame's just chilling out, letting everybody play. He's still learning how to play with some new people. He got Robert Covington, he got Derrick Jones Jr., Harry Giles. He got a lot of new people on his team. So maybe that's the reason why they don't look as good. But I don't know. I feel like they should be way better than what they are. But they're competing every night, so I don't know. What can I ask for? Hopefully they can get it back together. Hopefully Dame can get up to that MVP candidate that a lot of people thought he was going to be. Because I damn sure thought he was going to be top MVP candidate going out the first week. But I'm going to actually have to get that to Trae Young. Trae Young's been hooping. They're not on the top 3 surprising teams. I got to give it to Trae Young. They have been hooping. And Atlanta, they've been hooping. I'm going to get to watch them again, I want to say Saturday against my Cavs. I feel like we should win. But to the surprising teams, this wasn't really surprising, but the Clippers look really good. And it is regular season, but they did have that one fluke when they lost by 50. That was a little odd. But I don't know. I just like the way Tyronn Lue running that team. I like having Paul George at the point guard, and that's the thing that I learned from the dude from Through the Wire, Pierre. He said having Paul George just control the offense is going to work a lot, and they're running a triangle offense. Now, I don't know a lot about the triangle offense, but I know it allows Kawhi to just dominate in the mid range, and that's what he does a lot, and it shows. And they look like a really good duo. I'm not gonna lie. Paul George at the point, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. And I don't know, it just makes the offense run so smooth. And you see this year they're making that extra pass. It's not just so focused in on these two stars that they got. They're making an extra pass and they're letting their other players shine. Luke Kennard looks like a really good trade for this team. I like him playmaking off the bench along with Lou Williams. Lou Williams can teach him a couple stuff, and then he always got that shot. And I don't know, I'm liking the way how this team looks. I like how Patrick Beverley looks too. He doesn't look like he's coming into the season with all the antics. He looks like he wants to win. And he basically said after they lost that, I forgot what he said, but like you can see a different attitude from Patrick Beverley. He doesn't look like he's coming with all the antics. He looks really focused, lasered in. He's not hacking, fouling all the time. Like, he looks really good to me. When Marcus Morris comes back, that can be a big piece. I would bring him off the bench to make that bench stronger because Nicholas Batum is not doing bad at the 4. He's a player that a lot of people forgot about. When he was in Portland, he was actually really good. Then Michael Jordan gave him all that money. Then he had to play up to $28 million that he got, but that was never a thing. Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player of all time, but probably one of the worst GMs of all time. That is terrible. But he looks really good on this team. Serge also looks really good, spread the floor, so the paint won't be too clogged with Kawhi. I feel like Tyronn Lue's doing really good. He made a really good decision by bringing Zubac off the bench. I feel like he just brings that rim protection off the bench, bring the defense off the bench. And he's a really good pick and roll player with Lou Williams and Luke Kennard. So I'm liking how this Clippers team is looking. Like, this team is a team that a lot of people forgot about, but this team can beat anybody in the league, and especially they can beat the Lakers in a 7-game series. So I will look out for them more because I'm not going to lie, PG looked like he's back. And I'm excited because I feel like he got so much hate for no apparent reason. It was actually pretty weird, and it was sad how much hate he was getting and how much people they said jumped over Paul George as far as NBA players. Like, they said Jason Tatum's better than Paul George. I want to say that Ben Simmons better than Paul George. They even say Chris Paul better than Paul George. I'm like, no, I'm sorry, I can't do that. But my next surprising team, let me look, I forgot. Oh, the Suns. The Suns, they look really good, but it's weird because Paul George and Chris Paul and Devin Booker have not looked that good. But this, and DeAndre Ayton, he hasn't looked good at all. But the other pieces around it, Jay Crowder is playing like he was playing in the bubble. Jay Crowder, at a point in the bubble, before the Boston series, I want to say, Jay Crowder was shooting 50-something% from the 3. He's going crazy this season, and he just had 21 against the Pelicans yesterday. I don't know how much he finished with, but I know at halftime he had 13. A dude that brings really good defense along with sniper shooting, and they just look really good. Mikal Bridges looks like the next Robert Covington out there. I like the way, but it's different though from him. Like, he looks like he's starting to learn how to create for his own. I like him. I like the way he looks. His shot's weird, but like, his shot is gonna work a lot because it's so high and his arms are so long that it's gonna be hard to block. But that thing all the way up there, and it's wet. It's wet. He's one of the best 3-and-D wings already. He locked, even though Luka had 20-something. Luka's gonna get his buckets, but he was clamping Luka in the game versus the Magic, and I just like the way he's been looking. What else I gotta say about this team? Cameron Payne, his career arc, that's crazy. Came out of Murray State, came to Oklahoma State, and he was a decent backup. But then went to the Bulls, started playing trash, and then he just fell out the league all of a sudden. And all of a sudden, they signed him back last year, and he played really good in the bubble, and he's playing really good now. I'm loving the way he's looking, controlling the bench. He's getting his buckets, and he's doing really good. Like, I don't know if he's a free agent in this next coming summer, but sorry, I keep blowing my nose, but he can get a really good contract. He can get a really good contract from a lot of teams. Cause I'm loving the way he looks. Yeah, this team's really young. I like the way this team look. And you see in the clutch moments, Chris Paul and Devin Booker definitely step it up. But just shooting wise, they not doing that good. Chris Paul doesn't look as aggressive as he looked last year, but he has more talent around him, so he's letting his talent play. And I also want to talk about Cam Johnson. I love Cam Johnson. Cam Johnson is nice. If they gel him to the right player, bro, Cam Johnson is nice. I understand a lot why they drafted him at number 10 last year. Cam Johnson is nice, really good on defense, a sniper and shooting, and you see when he starts, when he's in a lineup with no other shot creators and other than Cameron Payne, he leads that bench, and it looks really good. And he knows how to create for his own. I love the way he looks. If they gel him right, I don't want to over exaggerate, but I see a lot of Paul George in him if they gel him right. But this is a really nice young team. They're definitely making the playoffs, and they're really fun to watch. Really fun to watch. I wanted to put the Kings in here, but I gotta say something biased. I gotta put my Cavs as the last surprising team, and it's not really biased. It is surprising. The thing that's surprising to me is our defense was really good. Our defense is really good, and we don't even have our best defender. Well, one of our best defenders. Isaac Okoro's been out since the second game. I don't know, but other than that, we look really good. Like Colin Sexton and Darius Garland, their knock on them was they're not really good defenders. Well, they're not really. Colin's actually pretty good to me, but the Darius and Colin, they have not really been playing bad defense this season. I watched every game, every second of their first 5 games. They don't really look that bad. And part is when you get blown, if they get blown by, they got Andre Drummond and Larry Nance in the front court to help them out, which is a big help for them. But one-on-one defense, they don't look really that bad. The thing for them is IQ defense and ball watching. They ball watch a lot. That's how when people scoring them, it's off cuts or chasing 3-point shooters. That's really hard for them because they're so fast. They just automatically foul most of the time. And yesterday they fouled Doug McDermott twice. So that's been really surprising to me. And I'm not gonna lie, I put a lot of slack on Andre Drummond a lot as far as his offensive game, and he deserves it because sometimes he does some bonehead stuff because he doesn't know who he is. But on that defense side, that dude is nice. And you just think of him, and like he said coming out of the draft that he said he compares himself to KD, and then you see that he said he's going to be Defensive Player of the Year this year, and you're like, bro, just stop, bro. And like when I'm looking at him, I'm like, maybe he's on to something because he looks really good on defense. I think against the Knicks he had like 8 blocks. And he's really good at switching and going on guards. He gets a lot of steals. Larry Nance are leading the lead in deflections. So our front court's really good, but this is his year to get his contract at the end of the year. I don't want us to get what is it called? I don't know, but I don't want us to sign him to no Rudy Gobert contract. I don't want us to sign him to $34 million or $40 million a year. The most I'm giving him is 20. I can't get Andre Drummond more than 20 million. I can't. But we look really good. I like the way Larry Nance looks. I just need his confidence up. He has a really good shot, but he decides not to shoot it a lot, and that hurts us a lot. That stops the ball a lot. And I don't know. I can't. We need to get healthy. We got to get Isaac Okoro back. Kevin Love, as soon as he get back, we got to trade him because he gets hurt too much. And Dylan Wheeler, hopefully he comes back soon. I know he hurt his hand badly. They talking about we're not getting Kevin Porter Jr. I don't know if you guys knew, but in the offseason he got arrested for drugs and I think a weapons charge. And yeah, those charges were released, but they said the Cavs organization, they said they're not gonna play him until we get his trust back. He gets our trust back. But my thing is, we want to compete. That's what we say all the time in our meetings and our interviews. The Cavs organization wants to compete. They want to compete for a playoff spot. Not no final championship, but they want to compete for a playoff spot. And that's a person that we need to compete for a playoff spot. So I would just throw all that trust out the window and put him in the game, bro. We need him badly. Because off the bench, I think we kind of got blue balls from Cedi Osman. Don't look into what I just said. But Cedi Osman looked really good in the preseason, looked really good in the first 2 games, and after that, when you start him, he doesn't look that good. And then even when he came out the bench yesterday, it was terrible. So we need Kevin Porter Jr. back, that spark off the bench, because he does a really good job at that. But I'm liking the way my team looking. Collins is getting his bug, is averaging 26 points. Darius is looking confident as ever, and I just want us to stop our turnovers. That's the one bad thing, because I don't think our centers be ready when Darius passes the ball. Darius be passing that thing, but our centers just don't be ready. And stop these JaVale McGee and Andre Drummond ISO plays, bro. That pisses me off so much. Why do they get ISO plays? It's stupid. Some of our shot IQ is retarded. Oh, I can't say that. Some of our shot IQ is just dumb. Like Shetty pissed me off so bad yesterday. It was 10 seconds left in the clock. He gonna shoot a deep three contested for no reason. Like, we were in a rush. Like, come on, man. And then they went on like an 8-0 run. Just stuff like that we got to learn from. But I like the way my team looking. I like the way JB Bickerstaff is running our team, where everybody has to touch the ball before a shot goes up. And I just like the way my team looks. I really feel like we can make a playoff spot. I'm just not judging off these first 5 games. Like, I really feel like I've been saying it since the beginning of the season. But I don't know. Hopefully we can do it. But other than that, that's it for this episode. I'll come back probably on Monday with a weekly recap. But other than that, I'll talk to y'all later. Hey, what's good, y'all? Hold on. I forgot to talk about my third team. So this is a little add-on clip from the last video. But the third team was the 76ers. I just love the way they looking. But I don't know. A James Harden trade might have to come. But I love the way they're rolling. I love how they're using Seth Curry, especially off the pick and roll with Joel Embiid, trying to make it look like the Joel Embiid, JJ Redick pick and roll a little bit, but a little bit of more ball handling, because Seth is able to make that pass and is able to shoot the shot just like JJ Redick is. Ben Simmons made a 3 yesterday. I'm not gonna get too hyped because I know that's probably his last year of the year that he's gonna shoot. But I at least want to shoot at least one a game. That's a big step for him, because I'm tired of seeing all these off-season highlights of him in the gym shooting threes and not even shooting the 3 in the game. Like, we need you to shoot threes more often in the game. That's just going to help your confidence, it's going to help the team's confidence, and it's going to make y'all better. I'm loving the way Doc Rivers is running Tobias Harris. And if y'all don't remember, the last time Tobias Harris was like really, really good was in LA. He was averaging like 20-something points. He was damn near an all-star, and that was under Doc Rivers. So he's basically running him the same way he did in LA, and it's working for this team. And proving why I said this team can surprise a lot of people this year. I feel like this is a way better team than last year. They got the shooters. They probably need another bench player, because off their bench they rely a lot on Shake Milton, who's a really good player. But as far as him doing it all by himself, I don't know if he can do that. So I tweeted this a couple days ago. They need to go get Isaiah Thomas just to take the slack off of Shake Milton. I mean, take the weight off of Shake Milton to do so much coming off that bench, because he really has to. But I like in the way they're playing Tyrese Maxey, so maybe they don't have to do that. But he is rookie. I feel like getting a vet would help them a lot, especially when they get to the playoffs, because Isaiah is a player that steps up in the playoffs. And I don't know. I'm just pissed off. Isaiah Thomas deserves to be on the team. It's a lot of teams that need Isaiah Thomas. He said he's back to his MVP. He's back to his MVP status. And, like, take a shot, bro. You can't really lose that much. He wants to play for a team. That dude will play for $100,000. He doesn't need the money. He just wants to play for a team. And I don't know. I need somebody to go sign Isaiah Thomas. I feel like the way they're trying to get, the way that nobody's signing him up, and I don't know. I feel like that's not right, because I feel like it's a lot of players in this league that's not better than Isaiah Thomas. Even last year, the dude averaged 18 points. Like, why y'all not signing him like he's out of his prime, like he's 40-something, like he's really good? But back to the 76ers team. I'm liking the way they're looking. Joel Embiid's not looking as dominant as he could be, but he doesn't really need to. But I can't wait till Joel Embiid starts dominating people like he should, bro. Joel Embiid is a player that should not be the second best center in the league. I love Jokic, but Joel Embiid should be better than Jokic. But other than that, I love this team. But this is it for now. I don't think I forgot any other teams. But other than that, I'll talk to y'all